Hey folks, welcome back. Today we are doing a review of Librarian, Tidy Up the Arcane Library. If you were here last week, we live streamed it for the first time, and this game's been out a couple months and it's gotten some good reviews, and so I thought I would jump in, kind of give you some thoughts on this last week and how it's been going, how the game plays, give you all that, just in case maybe you're thinking about getting this game. If you don't know me, my name's Enrique Suave. Essentially, I've been playing games since Atari 2600 and Combat and Pitfall and all that kind of good stuff. And I love every genre, every type, every platform, every console. I'm just a gamer, true and true. So I'm really excited to play some new games and then share my thoughts with you after only having played it a week. So today we are going to go through some categories and talk about the games. Essentially, we're going to grade it on these factors over here: the art style, the fun factor, the replayability, and the value that you get. At the very bottom, we'll give it a final score, just to kind of have a category of what to put it in and so forth. At the top, you'll see how we're going to grade it. Each kind of grading will get a point value, and then at the bottom, it'll just kind of fall into place in terms of what we want to classify it as. So really quick, just some things of business. If you didn't know, again, we are live streaming every Friday a new game till the end of the year. That's right. So we're going to play a lot of new games this year. I'm excited. And basically, after 1 week of playing that game, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And, maybe you'll still be playing it. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be a game I'm like, nope, no more. But hopefully I'll find some really great games to just fall in love with and so forth. So I'm looking forward to the rest of this year and every Friday to do the live streams. As well, we just rebranded to Enrique's Got Games just because I wanted to make sure my messaging was clear that I love all games. So whether even card games or board games, I love all games. So I'm here for the games. If you are too, I'm glad you're here. Let's do this. So let's talk about the art style. Let me clear the screen for you. You can see here, the colors are alive. The books feel good. It does give you the vibe of a library, and it's called an Arcane library. So, very magical, very whimsical kind of pieces to the puzzle here. I will say that the artwork's not like, the graphics aren't like treading a new path or trailblazing or anything, but they just feel just perfect for what this kind of game needs. The tone, the vibe, the environment, they feel great. Along with the music, the music is good enough to leave on the entire time, but also you can mute it and play your own playlist and you don't miss anything, because this is the kind of game that you don't need the sound effects to do well at. And so that's kind of a cool factor. All in all, I just think the artwork was great, and it just this whole tone of this game feels wonderful. I'm actually going to give it a epic rating of a 2. Again, not trailblazing, not the newest thing on the block or anything, but just perfect for what this game needs and feels really good. The fun factor, though, is it really fun to put books? Look, that's all this game literally is you have a handful of books. Well, and they're all over the floor too. And so all you do is put books up. And I will say this: I love the feeling of putting the book in the right spot and finding the right shelf. And it, when you put it in the right one, it glows yellow, and it's like, oh, it feels really satisfied. But after a while, it kind of just feels like work. Not gonna lie. If you're into cleaning a room and tidying a bedroom to maybe where it looks pristine, or a kitchen, then this feels like cleaning a little bit. And while it feels good, I just can't say that it's really fun the entire time. That being the case, we are going to give the fun factor a common or a 1 score. It's not bad, but it's hard for me to say and be too excited about the fun factor here. It's definitely more satisfying than anything. Now, along with that, replayability. How often do you really want to tidy up a library? How many times? There are 3,000 plus books in this library, and while it's good, my guess is the average person's only going to play this twice, maybe 3 times. 1, to figure it out. 2, to be like, oh, now that I know what's going on, let me try to actually, do it another time and see if I can increase my score. And maybe a 3rd time if, you really want to challenge yourself. But other than that, I just don't anticipate people playing this much. There are no variables. There's only one library. There's only one set of 3,000 books, which there's plenty. They're diversified. But again, how many times do you really want to put the same books on the same shelves and so forth? So I don't think there's a lot of replayability here after the first couple runs. I am going to give it also a common, a 1. It is something for speedrunners. Now that's a different situation. You know, there's a time when you beat this game, it shows you your time. So maybe this is the kind of game you want to play over and over to try to just, you know, cut a little bit of time off and be efficient. But I don't think the average person's playing this, especially for like years or even months to come. I think this is a good month for the average person, and then they're moving on to the next game. So now value. What does value really mean? To me, in this category, we're talking about the amount of money I spent to how much enjoyment I got out of it. Where's the value here? This game is $5.99 on Steam, and that's not on sale, and I think it's a steal. I think that's a great price for this game. I feel like they could have gone $9.99 easily. But, $5.99 price point just gets so many more people into it. I think the average person's probably only going to play this 5 or 6 hours, to which I kind of feel like if you get $1 per hour average going on for enjoyment per how much you spend, I think that's wonderful. I think that's good. So I would call that common in that respect. If I get $1 or if I get 1 hour for every dollar I spend, so $6 game, if I get 6 hours out of it, I feel good. If I get double that, right, I'm feeling great, right? I'm getting 12 hours out of a $6 game. That feels great. But for me personally, I'm actually 30 plus hours because I am trying to get the last achievement, and it's a very tough achievement. I won't spoil it, but it's really tough, and I'm going to be super satisfied when I get that done. Again, once I'm done, though, I don't think I'm ever going to play this game again. Anyways, though, the point is the value is totally there in terms of the cost. So I actually am giving this a legendary rating of value. So when we do these together, you do the quick math, you will see that the final score here is an epic rating. And it gets 7. It just slides right in, barely makes it to the epic category. Again, I think this is the kind of game you play for a month, you learn it, then you at least run it one more time to see how fast you can really get it done. For my achievement hunters out there, get ready for a good test because the final achievement is a lot of work. But otherwise, I think this is a good month of your life, and then you're able to move on to the next one. So, hey, I hope this review helped you out. And by the way, again, we are live streaming every Friday. So this Friday, we will live stream a new game, at least new to me. And, if you're here, maybe you can give me some tips on how it works. So hopefully we'll see you soon.